Silent no more. Aisha had been waiting for this moment for what felt like an eternity. The day she would finally get the justice she deserved. She had been wronged, and she wasn't going to let anyone silence her. It all started when she had applied for a job at a reputable company. She had been thrilled when she got the offer letter and had eagerly started working. But things took a turn for the worse when she discovered that her employer was involved in some shady dealings. Aisha had tried to report the issue, but no one seemed to listen. Her complaints were ignored, and she was eventually fired from her job. But Aisha wasn't one to give up easily. She had decided to take matters into her own hands and seek justice. She had sent a complaint to the authorities, but it seemed like her mail had fallen on deaf ears. She had tried to follow up, but her emails and phone calls went unanswered. It was as if she was invisible. But Aisha wasn't going to give up. She had decided to take legal action and had hired a lawyer to represent her. She had been waiting for months for the court to take up her case, and finally, the day had arrived. The court summons had been delivered to her employer, and Aisha could only imagine the look on their faces when they received it. She smiled to herself, feeling a sense of satisfaction. As she walked into the courtroom, she felt a mix of emotions. She was nervous, but she was also determined. She was going to fight for her rights, no matter what it took. The judge listened to Aisha's story and the evidence she had gathered. Her employer tried to defend themselves, but Aisha's lawyer was prepared. The verdict was clear. Aisha was right and her employer was wrong. The company was ordered to pay her compensation, and her employer was facing serious consequences for their actions. Aisha felt a wave of relief wash over her. She had done it. She had stood up for herself, and she had won. As she walked out of the courtroom, she couldn't help but think about the phrase that had come to her mind when she had first decided to take action. Silent no more. She had been silent for too long, and now it was time to speak up. Aisha's story is a testament to the power of courage and determination. She had faced her fears, and she had come out on top. She had proved that no one can silence you unless you let them. The court summons had been the wake-up call she needed, and now she was ready to take on the world. She was no longer the same person she was before. She was stronger, and she was more confident. Aisha's journey is a reminder that justice may be delayed, but it is never denied. She had fought for her rights, and she had won. She was an inspiration to many, and her story would be remembered for a long time. As she walked away from the courtroom, Aisha knew that she would never be silent again. She had found her voice, and she was going to use it to make a difference. Epilogue. Aisha's case had sent shockwaves through the company, and many of her former colleagues had come forward to praise her bravery. She had become a symbol of hope for many, and her story would be told for generations to come. The company had learned a valuable lesson, and they had vowed to change their ways. They had apologized to Aisha and had offered her a settlement. Aisha had accepted and had used the money to start her own business. She had become a successful entrepreneur and had inspired many others to follow in her footsteps. She had proved that with courage and determination, anything is possible. Aisha's story is a reminder that we should never give up, no matter what challenges we face. We should always stand up for what is right and never let anyone silence us. The end. I hope this story meets your requirements. Let me know if you need any changes. Would you like me to continue the story, or is there anything else I can help you with?